My fellow Americans, the transgender bathroom debate is tearing our nation apart and emotions are running strong. And while I don't agree with everything the far left says, this clip of a trans activist from 2016 sums it up best.
Leave it the way it is. People go, they use the bathroom that they feel is appropriate.
So if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses?
That is correct.
That's right, MAGA world. That's what Donald Trump really thinks, because that's common sense.
Leave it the way it is.
But once he realized that bashing transgenders was a huge fundraising opportunity, Trump did what he does best and put democracy up for sale. Thank you, and welcome to a special episode of the Melissa J. Show, dedicated entirely to the transgender bathroom debate. My name's Melissa J., and this is my co-host and my photographer, Melissa J. Jr. Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina recently proposed legislation that prohibits transgender women from using the women's bathroom in the federal Capitol building. This is in response to the election of Sarah McBride, the first openly transgender member of Congress, whom they see as a threat to women. Because in the MAGA world, this is a threat to women. But this is the president.
Both men are seen enjoying themselves, Trump pointing out women dancing in front of them. An apparently friendly encounter with a man the president is now looking to distance himself from.
I moved on her like a bitch. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. Grab them by the pussy. I can do anything. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Now, I know they dismiss those comments as locker room talk, but yet you wonder why trans women don't want to be in that locker room.
I moved on her like a bitch.
Well, at least he's using female pronouns. But when the legislation was first introduced, Nancy Mace cited the fact that she was the victim of a sexual assault 25 years ago. And that's why she feels threatened by Sarah McBride. And let me just say, I have the utmost respect for the fact that Nancy Mace is a survivor, which is why in a million years I would never vote for someone who would talk about a survivor like this.
I have no idea who the hell. She's a
Mr.
whack
President.
job. What kind of a woman meets somebody and brings them up, and within minutes you're playing hanky-panky in a dressing room, okay? I don't know if she was married then or not. John Johnson, I feel sorry for you, John Johnson.
Mr. President.
Frankly, I know you're going to say it's a terrible thing to say, but she would not have been the chosen one. She would not have been the chosen one.
You know, I gotta say, that trans activist really let me down. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. But yes, that was President-elect Donald Trump publicly shaming E. Jean Carroll. While I respect the fact that Nancy Mace is a survivor, I can't say I appreciate that you're comparing us to the overwhelming amount of alleged sexual predators that your party is attempting to usher into top government positions. And let's not forget about Linda McMahon, the wife of Vince McMahon, the guy who allegedly poops on everybody. Family values. Now, I know what Republicans are saying about these allegations. Since there were no criminal convictions in any of these cases, they never happened. Well, technically there was no conviction in Nancy Mace's case either. But we're going to give her the benefit of the doubt, and we're going to address her concerns, which is more than can be said for Republicans.
She's a whack job.
At the heart of this legislation is the idea that a transgender is someone to be feared, the same way that Nancy Mace's attacker is someone to be feared. But that attack was perpetrated by a cisgender man, while Sarah McBride is a transgender woman. And we're doing an awful lot of gymnastics trying to connect the dots between that attack and her reputation. Now, we can have the bathroom debate all day long. That's what makes our country great. But the debate should be whether or not a transgender woman should be able to share a bathroom with a cisgender woman. Referencing that attack and then using phrases like biological man and women's only spaces to state your case is academically flawed. And the fact that you don't even understand what any of these basic terms means proves that you don't have a proper understanding of the subject matter you're attempting to legislate. Now, I know the MAGA crowd is having fun with their conspiracy theories on X, but here in the real world, that's not how the law works. Your prejudices don't define us. Sarah McBride is not a man. She is a transgender woman. She knows what it's like to feel vulnerable and intimidated because that's how you're making her feel right now, by singling her out and making a spectacle out of her bowel movements in front of the entire nation. And you're doing it on the first day of school. But what do I know? I'm just a transgender. And look, I know that Nancy Mace has friends and family who are LGBTQ. I have friends and family who are Trump supporters, people who feel the opposite from me on this issue, and people who I love dearly. We're all on the same team here, but I gotta call out the fact that this is a hateful piece of legislation that mischaracterizes us based on derogatory stereotypes. We're not rapists. We're just trying to pee. I don't even go number 2 when I'm in there. That's how much respect I have for the women's room. And stuck in the middle of all of this is poor Sarah McBride, that lovable nerd from Delaware who wants nothing more than to represent her district with everything she's got. I've seen librarians that look more threatening than she does. And while I'm sure she would want to distance herself from me, my foul mouth, and my alcoholic dog, let me say to Sarah McBride, you stay strong and you stay proud of who you are. I know what you're going through because I've been going through the exact same thing. People have been singling me out in the world of comedy ever since Dave Chappelle got elected president.